All right, Ginger. So this is going to be all over the place. So I hope you enjoy. Editing it because it's going to be real fun to edit. Camelot 331 here, and Linus finally releases another apology video after a week of radio silence, which I think is actually a really good thing. But I'm going to tell you why this apology to me doesn't quite cut it. And now, look, I know you're going to downvote the video immediately because you're part of the mob, and I get it, dude. I totally understand. I would appreciate it, though, if you didn't. Or just comment down below how much you hate my face, because I also hate my face. But this apology is pretty much dripping with corporate structure script. And I've been in corporate environments my entire adult life, working in these environments, and there was never a part of this apology video that wasn't completely in line with what I've seen from CEOs, people on executive teams, regional directors, doesn't matter. It is completely in line with that in every way, shape, or form, which leads me to believe that it's going to be words versus actions, and it feels very disingenuous. But I will say, before I even get into it, that I do believe this is a much better response, and this is probably how the response should have been to kind of put out the fires. But all it really does is lead me to believe that nothing will probably change, and there's actually a reason why, and I'll get into that. Before we get into it, please like this video. I know you're going to downvote it, you sons of bitches. Please like this video, subscribe if you have not, and give it a good old-fashioned kiss on the forehead and let me know that everything's gonna be all right. So the apology video, which is called Here's the Plan, pretty much starts with outlining their company meetings that they've been having to kind of come up with a solution and a plan moving forward. And that plan jumps immediately into assessing and responding to actual errors, which I think this is an actual good thing if they do implement this in a correct way. Whereas if they have errors in their products or their videos or their reviews or whatever, they will have certain ways to deal with it, all the way from a small little pinned comment all the way down to deleting the video entirely, which is a much, much better move from just ignoring it. And they also announced that they will be not tracking the whole 10 years since the daily upload was missed thing, because I completely agree 100% that will just add to a toxic workplace environment and a crunch that doesn't really need to be there. Okay, so that's first things first. They're also rolling out something that is part of the community to actually come behind and check certain accuracies with these videos, and they're called the
Error Checking Community, or ECC Squad.
Okay.
It's still in the alpha stage right now with a group of fewer than 10 extremely knowledgeable community members, and we may or we may not.
So this is the ECC Squad. So hopefully the ECC Squad is a paid position, but I kind of doubt it. But we'll see. You never know, really. But what I really, really want to hear about is the actual workplace and how they're going to improve that. And now, when I originally watched this video, I heard a lot of, here's what we already do and here's how great it is, therefore we don't need to change. So this is kind of my issue with the entire video right here.
Now, let's talk about our workplace culture. We offer a solid benefits package, including extended health, mental health, and dental coverage.
So right here okay, so I'm going to refer back to what I said in the beginning of the video. When companies come under fire from whether it be bad PR, employees, management staff, strikings, union, it doesn't really matter what it is. The way that corporate companies actually put out these fires is they immediately say how great they are. They don't announce that they're going to change anything. When it comes to their workplace, they show a graph or a list of things that they already do that's great. Therefore, stop claiming that the place is bad because it's actually good. It's a very, very common practice, and I'm sure the CEO or somebody came down and was like, this is what we're going to do. We're going to show our benefits package, which will make people think it's a great place to work immediately. And that's kind of that's the disingenuous nature that I feel is every corporate company will do this. They'll say, here's what we already offer, therefore we don't need to offer more. So that's kind of my idea, but let's just let this play through a little.
As well as retirement savings contributions and matching. We proactively host regular team building events, including Summer of Fun, which gives every full-time local employee up to $300 to spend on any activities they want with other members of our team, bi-weekly gaming nights in the lounge with free food, weekly badminton nights.
So so you see what I'm saying? Here's why all of the grievances you're hearing from internal are lies. We're actually great. That's kind of like, this is the problem I have with the entire apology video is, say you're going to fix it. There is a part where it's something about, there is a small improvement somewhere, but say you're going to fix it. Don't waste time saying how great you already are, because it just comes off as disingenuous to me, which is what we're seeing right here. This is kind of my problem, because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this, and that's totally fine. I've just been around corporate structures my whole life, and I can spot this from a mile away like a hawk. It's very disingenuous to say you're already doing great things, therefore eat my ass is kind of the attitude behind this, but I digress.
Bi-weekly softball nights, and a quarterly budget for department-wide team building events.
Basically, it's the corporate, target version of, if you, don't miss a shift for a month, you get a free pizza party. That's kind of what this vibe is. And if people have grievances, they'll say, hey, here's a PR thing where we give everybody a $100 gift card and a free pizza. There's no difference, is basically.
Organize occasional surprise field trips where people are paid to have fun together.
And so here, I know I'm stopping a lot. I'm sorry, but you see how there's video spliced in of bowling, and they're going on field trips and stuff like that. This shouldn't be in the video. And the reason I say that is because it is in the video to trick normies. Look, I don't like using that word, but people that aren't kind of privy to this corporate manipulation. So the reason there's all these shots of bowling and stuff is to make it appear like a great working environment, even though there's grievances all over the place that it's not. That's kind of the issue. And I'll bring that up a lot here soon.
Together, and our Christmas parties are legendary with surprise bonuses.
See, it's all ego stroking. It's amazing, it's great, it's fun, it's awesome. Here's videos of us bowling. It's so good, such a great place to work. That shouldn't be the response. The response should be to fix it immediately. No matter what. I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I've just seen this so much in my 15 years of work experience.
That over the years have included free laptops, wild raffle prize hauls, and $10,000 in bonus money per person, not once, but twice on that last one. And
see, it's all it. I can't take it. I don't take it serious. I just don't. It is quite literally just stroking. Amazing, great, amazing. We give all these things. I give this to them. I give this, give you free, amazing, 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 free. But what about the grievances? That's the whole issue.
While we don't make a point of talking about that stuff much, and
sorry. That was a bad reaction. Okay.
Intention was never to publish our findings. Earlier this year, we also asked our HR team to conduct one-on-one meetings company-wide to identify key issues.
So they did this earlier this year. Again, something they've already done, therefore they don't have to do anything else.
And do a temperature check to see how everyone was feeling. Our communication internally about the actions we've taken, based on the surveys, hasn't been perfect. We've gotten some feedback that the Monday morning meeting notes are dense and hard to parse. But in June, we laid out a roadmap for many of the improvements that we had already made.
So in June, they already did this. Again, therefore they don't have to do anything. Already going to improve. So all the grievances you're hearing about, don't have to worry about them. It was never a problem to begin with. We're good to go. We give everybody pizza.
Or planned to make based on the one-on-ones. Now, for those of you paying very close attention, you probably heard me mention our HR team, which isn't consistent with the impression that many people seem to have of our structure here. A portion of our community seems to think that the only option to report grievances here is to your boss or to your other boss. And I just don't really know what to say other than that is simply not the case.
Well, that's good. We cleared that up immediately.
There was a time when we were very small, and yes, I did handle all the HR complaints. That was years ago, and the same is true for Yvonne. In 2018, we passed 25 employees, and we engaged an outside HR counsel to advise us on what we were doing right and what could be done better. In 2020,
I'm going to just give a disclaimer real quick, because this is very important to corporate companies that a lot of people don't know about. An HR team is not actually in place to protect employees. It's in place to actually protect the company from lawsuits. So when you hear them saying we're doing all these things and getting all these HR structures in place to protect our employees, it's actually to protect themselves from lawsuits. Like things like Madison leaving and grievances there, allegations coming out of that camp, which is never actually discussed in this video, obviously. The HR is in place for those reasons, to protect Linus from those people, not the other way around, is a common misconception that a lot of people have about corporate companies.
We grew to 40 team members, and we brought in an outside HR firm, making them available to all employees if they needed to talk to them. This was on.
So when those employees go to talk to those HR groups, they will then send those grievances to Linus or someone else that's in charge of that, and they will pretty much move forward accordingly, which is usually terminating an employee. So you can see what this video is. And I know I've reiterated this, but it is a lot of, here is what we've already done for like 20 minutes. Here's what we've already done. We've done this. We've done this. We've already done this. We've done this. But no, here's what we're going to do. And that's the most important thing to me. And we're going to get to the weird bad acting here soon.
To be clear, Yvonne and I do both still have an open door policy, so team members do still have the option of talking to us directly if that's their preference.
Don't do that.
And I don't know how to emphasize this enough. Everything that I just talked about existed before last week. This is
That's what I'm saying. That's the point. We don't have to fix anything. We've already fixed it. So stop complaining, kind of.
not some kind of knee-jerk reactionary corpo nonsense. The one exception, the one new thing, is the emergency upgrade that we made to our health plan. In recent weeks, a shocking number of our team members have been harassed, bullied, and even threatened on social media.
So this is y'all's fault. So, and before we get into this, I'm going to completely agree. You should never harass anybody for any reason. I feel like that's really stupid. I've experienced it. I'm sure multiple people, I said it in my last video about Linus, that the employees are going to be experiencing some crap because of this, and they don't deserve it. So that's the whole point here.
So, effective September 2023, we have doubled our coverage for mental health counseling. And all I have to say, other than that, is that if you're one of the people who engaged in this behavior, I refuse to refer to you as members of our community. You know who you are, and shame on you. Not one of our team members deserved that. We have a zero tolerance policy for any of that crap, and we always have.
The weird, like fake choking up thing with no tears thing's weird, but I agree with this sentiment 100%.
We work hard here. I've never denied that. But we also...
This next part is a little weird because it's like, hey, we work really hard, but here's our security camera of people coming and going into work. That doesn't really prove anything, but okay.
This is the morning and night surveillance footage of our parking lot at the
This is all blurred now. Now, it wasn't blurred, I don't think, when it released.
studio for 5 workdays leading up to our week of introspection. We offer some flexibility around start and end times, so you'll see that some people roll in starting around 8:30, and then, as you can see, the ones who arrive later are typically gone by around 6:30.
Therefore, they're not being crunched, so it's fine. Don't worry about it.
There are exceptions. That Friday, you'll see, we were filming up until the WAN show. Thanks, guys. Also, our cleaning contractors come in after hours. That's their van, so that they don't disrupt production. And sometimes folks will stick around if they need a big space for tabletop gaming. But to characterize our environment as some kind of 24/7 sweatshop is frankly ridiculous.
So how I'll respond to this is there is countless grievances, even stuff that's very recent of people claiming they're overworked, they're stressed, and it's a very hard working environment. So I don't really care for the whole, sentiment where, oh, it isn't, therefore you're wrong, instead of, hey, here's what we've done to fix it. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes back to the, we haven't done anything wrong, therefore eat our ass kind of thing, which I don't think is the right way, because you wouldn't see dozens of quotes and dozens of reviews and dozens of people coming out of the woodworks claiming that it is, only for one talking head to say it's not and you're wrong. I feel like that's disingenuous. There's more you could do to maybe voice a better opinion there.
We also do work overtime sometimes. We're in a competitive industry. It happens, and I've never denied that either.
But people come in on security camera and leave at the correct time. Therefore, how could they work overtime? Because it was just shown on camera that they're not there for more than a normal workday. Kind of weird.
But we care about our team.
That's the conspiracy part of me.
And I think this is reflected both in our commitment to cut content moving forward until we get our house in order.
That's a good move.
And in our historical turnover rate from 2013 to 2023.
Okay, I want to say something real quick. And these numbers you are about to hear are a little disingenuous, but let's continue anyway.
Inclusive. our average turnover rate was 7.5% with a median value of 7.7. Those numbers include both people who resigned their positions and people who were dismissed. For context, according to workforce research firm Mercer, the Canadian average is 18%, while in the US it's around 20%.
Okay, so let me speak to that real quick. So the average for Canada includes every industry. To my knowledge, the media industry is actually half of what Linus's turnover is. So in layman's terms, it's got double worse. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the actual comments there. But to give the actual, including all of fast food industries, like in Canada, feels a little disingenuous.
Removing the people who were dismissed from their positions, we fall to 3.65% average, 1.9% median.
Which would be closer to the actual media average.
Being a media company, our departures are a little louder than most, but in the grand scheme of things, I hope you guys can see that the numbers show there really aren't that many of them.
So there you go. Therefore, there is no need to change. We're already great.
But with that said, we have heard you. As part of our unwavering commitment
We have heard you. Therefore, we're already great and we don't need to change anything. Although they are changing the structure of their upload schedule, which is good.
to improve, our turnover may rise as we take decisive steps to do better for you.
Why would their turnover rise?
To be clear, this is not supposed to be stressful for the hardworking members of our team. We have no plans for layoffs. We're even still hiring. Our rainy day fund is going to comfortably carry us through this storm. The vast majority of this team is world class. They care so much about our community and igniting passion for technology, and they are going to be here for you.
Awesome. So, a much better response than the initial. A much better response, but a response that I don't feel like cuts it. The ratio on it is much better. It completely turned around the subreddit for a minute until some more drama came out with Gamers Nexus and whatnot, and it's still ongoing, and it's kind of lame. This will be my last video on it, but it is very interesting to watch because it's kind of interesting for me because YouTuber and corporate environment. It's like two of the things I enjoy talking about kind of mixed together. So let me know what you guys think. Again, I feel like 95% of the response is completely disingenuous garbage. And by garbage, I mean corporate nonsense garble. That's what I mean. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you downvoted it, damn, son, rest in peace. I appreciate you guys so much. Get the hell on it, doggone it. Bye. Yeah.